Okay, mic should be on. It appears to be fine dandy. Usual text, which is this, that. Go. Now front on board. Hello.
Hello.
Hello all. Right, we're back for some more Ace Attorney. Very close to the end. Just gotta do the trial part of the final case. But it's the trial part. All the shit's gonna go down now.
Yeah.
So it's most likely gonna be 2 streams to finish with, but who knows? It might want to be different for all we know. Right,
Also, I feel like I've prepared myself way too good for this because I literally just spent the time going through a legal document to figure out if it makes sense to go to a table tennis match alone. But they don't explicitly say it, and this is what's confusing to me.
This is how you get in trouble by trying to be smart. Then they'll be like, no. If you see page X whatever, and they'll be like, well,
Yeah.
Why wasn't it page of where I was looking at? Or some bollocks.
Yeah. Like, it only would make sense for me that there's like, isn't table tennis the way to handle this? Even if you lose, you get 1 point as long as you play. But if you don't play at all, you don't get a point. So it's like, if I play there alone, will we still get a point? Yes or no? I don't know. It's like, I know for 2 people you get it. But,
I don't know.
yeah.
Right. I see. Now this is ominous. How did I get into this mess?
Is the charge again?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I'm getting the feeling I may have done a mistake, but that can't be possible because I pressed continue, right? I mean, this just seems a rehash of what we just saw earlier.
Is this not how the first tutorial case begins?
It is, but I'm now getting worried because of that. Shouldn't. This should just be a nightmare. Okay.
Okay.
I was worried. I had a reason to be
it's
worried. Because, like, did I press the new game button by accident? Because I
Yeah,
would
it's
not
like
be able to
weird.
tell. Sorry, I would be dramatizing right now, but I've already
Yeah, it's
dramatized
like-
myself.
It's like,
Whew.
please don't tell me we lost all the progress.
Oh, you know, just because of that, I'm gonna make a separate save because of this shit. Right. Save. 3rd slot. I don't care if the 3rd game doesn't get it. I don't care. I'm just being safe after that little debacle.
I mean,
Hello? This is Phoenix Wright.
you don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too.
Yeah.
Now listen up. You better get a guilty sentence, okay? You get the creepy slime we cannot pity. I will not forgive you, ever. Thus it will haunt you for the rest of your life. And I'm a spirit medium, so that's not an empty threat.
So I can do this. Mia. Maya, how's Maya?
I don't know.
You don't know?
He hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday.
Mia, what am I supposed to do?
Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the rest of times are when you have to thrust your biggest smiles.
But
You can't give up. There's still some hope left.
stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. It's that cursed guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe. I'm really sorry. Where are you? Let me join the investigation team when we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of a lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can and find the killer. If we can get Maya out, you can get in guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. It's true. Do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. Have to make the trial last longer? You go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got. You two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. Believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe.
Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship.
Begs to differ, but still.
I mean, it will not buy you good friendships.
No, but you can utilize money to strengthen friendships.
Technically...
It's like you're not debating with me.
You can definitely, do this.
It depends on the man. Let's give that context.
Yeah, but I do see that it's, and I think it's dependent, like, the amount of money there's, like, oh, you earn a bit more and you can do nice things, versus I'm extremely rich, and now it gets really hard to tell who my friends are, because,
Yeah.
It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance.
Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. Have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it.
I just realized something.
What's that?
Couldn't, in the first case with Maya, Maya just channel Mia, and then be like, I actually not dead, and Maya didn't definitely not kill me. Please stop this case, and then just be like, and now I leave this country forever.
Wasn't that a whole story point that they tried to drop the whole point and purpose of using mystics in court cases? It's literally a whole story arc of false death and all that, whatever. Like, it caused more damage than good. So bring it back up again will be completely dismissed.
Yeah.
But I get your point.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt and God.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Mrs. Andrew and Andrew's role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceeding. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion on Mr. Engard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she's guilty after all? I am not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, one co-reader was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin is his client, so to speak, is Matt and God. What a surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor.
I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true.
But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least the mayor's safe and sound.
Wonder how the trial will turn out today.
Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please.
Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star.
Edgeworth actually is getting really good at calling other people to tell this.
All it took was leaving the job for a year.
And what is your relation to the defendant?
Well, that's... I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah.
Mr. Powers, please. You don't need to put yourself down so much.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy.
On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct?
Yes. I didn't know that. But, you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify that when you went to Mr. Engar's room.
Okay. Sure. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. First I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I guessed we'd be that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Straightforward answer ever received.
Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony.
And talking with the bellboy is no big deal.
If one assumes that the person Mr. Engard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy. What are you implying? Well, Mr. White, let's have your cross-examination, shall we?
Why can't the prosecutor do a cross-examination for once?
Because that's not how law works. Like, it's their witness. I mean, okay, I actually don't really know much about court, to be honest.
It's like, should it work both ways around?
Yeah, I think if it's like the defense's witness, then probably the prosecution does the cross-examination, right?
The defense having a witness. Bah!
Yeah, it's like, oh, what am I talking about? Looks like we're in another sticky situation.
Huh?
Fab, can't you spell it, Phoenix? But first, to find out more, we're just going to have to charge him head first, right?
That doesn't make you any better if you can see it's a trap.
Also, yeah, aware that Edgeworth is actually, not just about winning anymore. Because I don't think Phoenix ever told her that.
Semantics. I don't care. Moving on. I don't want to debate on this. Alright, what are we doing?
Press the first statement.
You saw the two of them. the bellboy and the defendant together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do.
So, how long did you watch the two of them?
Not more than a minute or two, I think.
So, now you go back to the third statement. He was talking with somebody, yeah.
At first? What do you mean by that? I didn't think it was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job.
Mr. Ashworth? Yes, Your Honor. The spellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Power, please amend your testimony.
You mean about the bellboy, right?
Okay. Press that button now.
So, he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked.
I'm afraid I don't follow at all.
It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. I mean,
ask about the...
both are relevant, but I guess the tip is important right now. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure, but giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much?
Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
And why is that?
Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash?
Well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That hardly can be called a tip, Your Honor.
I mean, you can, depending on where you work. Judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us.
You can just choose either one.
I object because I can. The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him.
Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders?
Yes, the good majority of them are, and usually towards not good purposes.
If I could receive large rolls of cash for simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting?
Because it's your job? Because you want it?
Because I love raising objections and updating autopsy reports.
It's like, you like being here. Even people who are rich still like to do work.
Yeah.
He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. What?
Phoenix, how are you surviving?
How are you having a career?
So, supposing that wall of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment. Isn't it obvious for the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Objection. This is normally the point where the prosecution yells about evidence. Can we do the same thing?
Objection
Hold
denied.
your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you?
Oh, there you go.
The game actually. Like,
We're very good at doing this.
have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor?
It's been a couple times, yes.
I have here the card Shelley the killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley the killer. He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. It's a super secret information that I'm just sharing with a bunch of people that watch this trial. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the killer.
Really?
What's wrong, Mr. Powers?
No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out.
Oh?
Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What?
Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. Right away. This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it. I mean...
Thank you very much. That is all we need for now.
Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more.
Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see.
See, if this was the first game, Edgeworth would actually try to get that, extra statement out.
Yeah. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Mr. White, I believe it's your turn. To entertain and make us laugh. This is not laughing matter. Yeah, you were the one telling us to smile.
Smiling and laughing are two different things.
Yeah. Best of all statement.
So what exactly was so out of place about him?
Why the inspired grin?
Insipid.
Oh, insipid. I didn't properly read this. It's like,
Oh, it's fine.
looks like inspired.
It's not, it's insipid. Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you?
I agree that this is a bit strange, Mr. Powers.
Not really. What if a guy needs to go to A to B? Simple as that.
Maybe he bought something and then left it there.
Is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or try to pull a fast one?
Yeah, do that.
There is nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really, really is. There really, really isn't.
If the two of you are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness' previous statement be supplanted with this new one.
Edgeworth, going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious?
I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please.
Yes, sir.
You can now present the wine glass.
On this one.
Yeah.
Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But, isn't he really suspicious? He got all those stitches, and... So? A baseball has stitches? Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, there's also... I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here.
This is the crime scene.
There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. So we claim.
Yeah.
And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left.
But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room.
Ah, but can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead at that time?
Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. I blame you for leading me down this road. I'm terribly sorry.
What is with him? Why is he laughing?
Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us?
Is there?
The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands.
If it's about the money, he did say he pocketed it away, didn't he? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? Well, that bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black, leather ones. All the other bellboys didn't wear gloves like that, right?
Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier?
Sorry, it slipped my mind. God, why does this make the bellboy look really suspicious? Alright, got to focus. I can't lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So? A football is made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather?
But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe that he was just another bellboy. He has cold hands.
What if it's a fashion statement?
It seems that we finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony.
The rest?
Oh yes, please tell us more.
Okay. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. Gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left, without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat.
So, the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room.
Yeah, I kinda saw all that by accident. Some accident? I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven.
I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we, Mr. White? Your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Second statement.
I said hold it! Okay. That's better. Ahem. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. I should probably ask him only one question at a time.
The person.
So who took this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
Only an arm.
Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah.
Well, it was Mr. Ingard's room, correct? So it could only have been Mr. Ingard himself, I would say. And then, what did the bellboy do after that?
Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing...
And you go back and press the same statement again.
To get something else, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just, skip. I can just hold the button. Alright, so the something
And-
then.
Yeah. This is really weird where you have to go back again. It's like, I don't like what it is because it's so counterintuitive.
I get why it does it though, because there's a couple of the cases where you do need to change out what you asked for or have a proper setup. It's not the first time this has happened. It's just it's
Yeah,
annoying when it does because you can't tell which one was actually important.
Yeah.
He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I?
But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers?
I think it was something kind of small.
I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm.
Yes, it was just like that.
Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Paul, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off.
Well, let's see. I think it was... No.
If you remember, please add it to your testimony.
Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue. The only thing we got is this. It's the only wooden thing we have.
Yep.
Guess we'll give it a go.
What was the point of that pregnant pause? Oh,
No, you said the right. It's for dramatic
okay.
tension. And yeah,
Yeah, dramatic.
pause.
Pause.
Yeah. I don't know why it's called a pregnant pause. I just know it's a thing. It's a dramatic thing.
Maybe because the pregnancy takes a long time.
Nah, there's a logic here. I don't know what it is. It's a theatric thing.
Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up.
It was me, Your Honor.
What is it, Phoenix?
I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. White, if you have something to say, please spit it out.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Mr. Powers, something you saw. Was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Ah, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out.
I recall I found this at Matt and God's mansion. To the defendant's house. What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Kelly the killer assassinated Ranko Reader in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then, the bear being found at Mr. God's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor. But I'm going to do it anyways. Mr. Matt and God is the killer's client.
Dramatic tension, man. You gotta hype that shit up.
Order! 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 I said order! Mr. White, this is the most unfortunate turn of events for you.
Yeah. Sorry, Mia.
No, it's alright. The judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the crowd, I'm sure your friend Edward would have.
Ah, just forgot that he knew about it too.
I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial.
I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please.
Yes, Mr. White.
There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored.
What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. White. What question or point would you like to explore further?
Next the bear itself, really.
Nah, the person who received the bear.
Okay. There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure. Ah!
What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What?
Really?
I mean, I only saw his arm, but the arm, it was the Nickel Samurai's arm. I swear it. You've got to be kidding!
Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Alright, we can work with this.
Order! Order! It looks like you've dug your own grave yet again.
How many times is that today? I've lost count. No, he's just making it deeper each time.
So, the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as you all know, Matt and God is the Nickel Samurai.
No, we'll just pin the Sunny Andrews. That makes us the good guys, right?
back to the defense. We've made that all the clearer.
What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help!
You don't have time to act lost. We've got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry. No, I will point this cross-examination too.
Your Honor!
Again, Mr. White. We've already removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony. It's about time you were removed from this court, Mr. White.
I have to find something. Even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered.
What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. White. What questionable points would you like to explore further?
Now the bear?
Yeah.
Bear itself.
Yeah.
Just make sure. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable.
The bear, Mr. White.
This was found at Mr. Engard's mansion. However, Mr. Engard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. That's actually a good point.
Oh, this is actually a really good point.
I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Engard who took this bear to his mansion.
Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. White.
You get a gold star.
There was no way time-wise for the defendant to have taken this bear home.
Disaster.
You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. White.
Huh?
I remember it clear as day. Remember what you muttered to yourself at Engard's mansion? You have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape.
Can't believe it. That butler. All this time, he was the killer.
The killer and Engard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Engard's mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Engard's mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Engard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad if the police found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. White, you've been quiet for a while now.
This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all?
I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Engard. I see no reason for this trial to continue, therefore I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. White, you could not win against the truth, could you?
Knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth.
Any last objections, Mr. White?
Well, do I? What should I do?
Yes.
Well, raise an objection or hear it out?
Yeah, you raise an objection.
Okay, because if you say yes, it says to both answers. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, He accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number 2. That very same figurine was found at Engard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client.
The real client?
Yes.
Is this all you have? No then, Mr. White. Let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client, and therefore the real murderer?
Oh, time to kick her further in the ground. What did you say?
Yeah, it's Etraf.
Clearly. This is all a long-term scheme to get revenge on me for screwing him over. Obviously. No, we're gonna pin the blame on Adrian again. We
Yeah,
clearly haven't punished her enough.
yeah. It's honestly a surprise that she's, like,
Hasn't
I think
sued
images
Phoenix
shows up
for...
again.
Yeah, hasn't sued Phoenix for this amount of emotional trauma she's gone through.
Adrian Andrews.
Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt and Guard for the crime. By wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. Ah, then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw. That could have very well been Miss Andrews. Is a valid claim.
But what about Mr. God?
If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period.
That's right. Then, finding this figurine at Matt's Garden Mansion.
It was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews.
Mr. Etraf, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to cut the flaws in the defense's logic.
Oh, do elaborate.
Besides which, there's no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either.
So we shall debate on this for 3 hours.
Also, I just, like, Mendengal could have saved himself so much trouble if he just didn't take a nap but instead hung out with people while the assassin killed somebody for him.
I think that's the whole point of his character. He's a fucking high idiot. He thinks so much of himself that he can't possibly be caught.
Yeah, true. That's true.
It's with this trial.
Come on, everybody can tell.
Can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin...
Yeah, unbelievable. That's something pretty... Yeah.
I haven't got time to click on it. It won't let me. It's the time to save Maya. This is...
You suck, Phoenix.
This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me. This is one fight I can't give up on.
Order! 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 All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Why do you have him in here?
I mean, I know for us the court proceedings are publicly available. The reason being that you can just verify if it's being done correctly or not by just going to one.
Yeah, it's also to prove that said court event has happened. You have actual on-set witnesses to validate the event has happened.
Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I am willing to play along with his What If game. It's a great web series. Comic series.
Not sure about the TV. Not sure about the Disney Plus series. It's a bit hit and miss because the what ifs are really lackluster. But moving on.
Oh yeah. This is like my Exorcisms XKCD, not the Disney one, which I was excited for, and then I watched not in the first season fully. It's like, okay.
The best one was the first season. All the other ones are the most boring ass what ifs possibly imagined. Like, the whole point of a what if is going to do outlandish concepts, but you're just doing the bare bones basic, let's put character here instead.
What if Hulk was purple?
Yeah, it's kind of reaching that degree. Literally, one of the what ifs was... What was it? It was just like, what if Thor was on Earth more? Some bullshit like that. That was the what if.
He's on Earth all the fucking time.
Yeah, it was something like that. It's like, this is so shit.
This what if game, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. White, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear?
Right. The killer did specially bring this bear to guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it?
Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Mrs. Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? I never thought in your desperation you would try to pin the guilt onto Adrian.
Twice at that. Oh, I swear this demon will pay.
Mr. Nick!
Pearls? Where's Mia?
I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away.
Really strong power?
Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is.
It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Ooh, that's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where to kill and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time! We just had one. Even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, gotta keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all I hope for naught? Eh? Huh?
Tent.
A tent?
I could see a circus tent.
Mia!
It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few moments ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me.
So, it was Maya that called you away?
She's locked in the dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window, about 300 feet away.
Is this the relevancy of that fucking chapter? This is the best I could think of. They could have just made this anything else, like a park. Whatever. Any other landmark would have been noteworthy.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, you know, they usually have the kind of unrelated case in the middle to show that Phoenix isn't just doing stuff that involves Maya.
Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now? Oh, there's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya's somewhere within the 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry! And?
I could see a mailbox under the window, just outside.
Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia?
I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. I felt like I was in an old office building. Maybe the third floor or so.
I heard her. An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia, my eye's not hurt, right?
She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved.
Gumshoe, please hurry.
Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix?
It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. God, we're really doing this late, aren't we?
That will now reconvene.
Safe.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I do not wish to be interrupted right now.
Okay, sorry. For some reason, throw off with the timestamp. It's based on the time you saved on the day, not how long hours you've been playing the game.
Oh,
that threw me
it's
off.
like,
That threw me off for a
yeah,
hard
because
second there.
it's like it went down, mate. What?
What?
Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstructing of justice.
I mean, she did.
However, you have been called to the witness stand today to
Ascertain.
who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews?
I've never seen this in my entire life. I don't even know what it is.
Of course I have. You have seen it before. That's right, it's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, would you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? Alright.
Why is she...
I first saw this bear when the killer handed it to me while I was wearing the Nickel Samurai costume.
Why was that straight honest?
Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle.
Well, you're right about the case. But what about the bear?
If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. And it has a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item.
Okay, this description is a lot different than how the anime done it, because I think the anime treated it like a Rubik Cube, but that's why I thought it would be done, but it sounds like it was just an elaborate puzzle box.
Yeah. I guess it's probably better visually.
Maybe.
Yeah. But this is also like the thing was like, this is just a Rubik's Cube puzzle, isn't it?
I mean, it can be, that's the thing. You can't have Rubik Cubes of really obscure shapes.
Yeah, it's like there are a lot of 2x2 shapes that are just like animals that you know. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
I'm assuming we're gonna press on the jewelry box part.
So, this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it? Yes. Looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. White. It looks like there really was something to the bear after all. So, you have to press all statements.
Okay. At least you told me. A puzzle?
That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine.
True enough. The people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. I know, being would have given it away. If he handed it to me, I probably would have felt some looseness.
Yeah.
So, what kind of puzzle is this exactly? So, you can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that?
Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
I definitely could solve this on my own. Give me 5 minutes.
Oh, this is most interesting.
Boy and his new
Spam
toy.
zones.
It's like he's 5 all over again. Actually gonna open it.
Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
You know you are tampering with the evidence, right?
No, I'm not. I'm the judge. I can do whatever I want. Shut up.
I think he's lost it.
So, what do you find after you take the puzzle apart?
And how do you know about this?
I know because I was the one who bought it.
Huh?
It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Why didn't you go to Austria?
He's like, this would have made more sense as an Austrian, like,
It's like,
carving, not Switzerland.
I mean, Switzerland is also used for the for the craftsmanship. You know, their clocks.
Yeah, I suppose. This is more woodwork than clockmaking.
Yeah, there's overlap. I feel like.
There is an overlap.
This was a present from you. That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for her.
Meanwhile, one is like, enough with the fucking bears. You have one life story. I swear to God. So it was a present from Miss Andrews.
Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle?
Only the two of us, Ron and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so adopted there are that many people with the same bear in this country.
It's most likely one of a kind.
But this looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside. It's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken.
Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box?
I never told anyone, and as long as one never told anyone either, then only two of us knew.
The two of you, huh? Then, of course, that means Mr. Guard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now, and you also just dug your own grave, Miss Andrews. Gonna be kicking her in the shins after this.
Mr. White, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box.
Okay, well, we haven't opened it yet.
Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box? What's inside?
What's in the box?
This is coming. That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness. Yes. You are the only one who can open this.
Probably clarify, can open it promptly. pretty sure someone else can figure it out if they have like an hour, but we do not have an hour.
Or a
No,
hammer.
no, shit. Like, legit, Edgewood would actually just open it himself. It's like, just give me a minute and use it to pad for time.
Yes.
Painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now. She solves the puzzle, takes the bear apart.
I really want to make a bad sledgehammer joke right now, but I don't think even you will get it because you don't know how algorithms are called.
Oh, I thought he was making a song reference.
No. The sledgehammer is a that you can use to solve parts of a Rubik's Cube. You could also use it to solve that. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what that is. Do we, Mr. White? It's the suicide note.
Surprised Andrews wasn't surprised in seeing that.
No, she actually wasn't because she was looking for it.
But if she... this is raising questions. If she knew where it was...
Yeah, but it wasn't there anymore because she came after the killer.
Yeah, but the fact that she didn't react to seeing the note in the bear thing.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe she pieced it together now, but yeah, true. She should have been surprised because she was never. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll get a reaction in a second.
The suicide note. The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impact. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting, and she just beautifully signed her own name on this document. It's a bit of a weird thing to point out now, isn't it?
Yeah, and also, I want to fact check that shit. Send in forensics, we're gonna need proof, and match it up with another signature.
This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide.
Oh, if it is so, read it aloud. Make it into the documents.
Order! Yeah. Witness. Did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Ron.
Okay, this is raising even more questions.
Yeah, it's like, why did she not stop him?
Yeah.
When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public.
Then why didn't you? This is raising hell questions right now. If she knew where it was, why did she leave it?
And at this point it wasn't there anymore. But I couldn't find it anywhere. But why didn't she do anything to stop him before? Because it already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So, now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question?
What is written on the note?
That's right. At least that's what I would think.
Nah, we're just going to debate about the relevancy of the note for now before we read it.
Now then, I believe it's only appropriate. The contents of this note being made known.
I'm just imagining, goodbye world, miss impacts. That's it.
Red and guard sucks.
Something like that.
I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake. I am deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop.
Could you at least let her have the luxury of reading it first, and then make it public? That's what I would do.
It's actually, yeah, that's just that's for you. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Well, well.
The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left to us a record of all that had happened to her, about being used and then thrown away by Engard, about being engaged to Corrida and Engard's role in destroying that, and about how she decided, in her despair, to end it all.
And that's all Miss Impacts had to say.
Jesus Christ, what a fucking life she had.
There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Engard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, one was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! And Engard values above all else his refreshing like a spring breeze image.
Ain't refreshing no more.
Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost.
Ooh, evidence. Okay. Wait, we now like reached a full 3 pages. Which is on evidence crap. How terrible! What a selfish person!
I guess there's libel laws whatever will defend anyone. There is not room for doubt here.
Let me just quickly check. Yeah, almost.
Mr. The Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note. And the only person who had needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motive were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
Ugh. How am I supposed to escape from this one?
Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Capture hasn't called yet. You know what you must do.
No, I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there are 2 deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe, somehow, I can find a way out of this situation through one of those.
The gravel is already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry.
The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue?
Okay, apparently it doesn't matter.
My instincts say the note and question the legitimacy of it. It could be a forgery for all we fucking know. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer.
He's still going at it.
It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believes that Matt and Guard killed in order to obtain this note.
Yes, that is correct.
But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there is a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Corrida until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that Matt and Guard could not have known what was written on this note.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. Don't insult the judge, Phoenix. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Fair argument.
Order, order, order! You make a valid point, Mr. White. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
It's just a flash, but I think I did rather well in this one.
Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor.
Still in 240p resolution.
This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying?
What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession.
That a guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt and Guard. Order! Order! Mr. White.
Yes, Your Honor?
You. Don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities.
Well, sort of.
Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. White. You are confused, Mr. White. You're probably thinking that I have the camera that was in that stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this.
Oh, she's Bug Sweeper.
By the way, Mr. White, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Okay, that's
Shit.
just...
That's just rubbing it in.
Mr. Guard's fingerprints were on there. Well, Phoenix, looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place. So,
What am I supposed to say to that evidence?
I think this is the end. It's really obvious that Mr. Guard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along.
Gotta be good this time. Don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking?
Mommy, is that man the bad guy killer?
Just stop, don't look at him.
The way he's sweating is just so nasty. Phoenix,
Yes, Chief?
have you figured out what you're going to do next yet?
What am I going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work?
I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing.
Well, what is it, Mia?
There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate.
Something you should investigate?
I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded. I'm not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance.
Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden?
Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. White, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? You're gonna need to object anyway, so...
Yeah, present some evidence.
whatever that is. I have an objection, Your Honor.
That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. White.
There, you happy? Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go easily.
You are beginning to sound desperate.
That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing.
Hey, isn't that what I just said?
Hey, this is what you get for leading me on and not telling me what it is you're talking about.
Ah, right, yeah. So you're telling me that I forgot something?
You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. What they could be referring to...
It's the suicide note.
I mean, okay, but...
That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right?
Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means... the handwriting on this suicide note has yet to be analyzed.
Oh,
My argument earlier. So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impax or not, that is yet to be even remotely confirmed.
Mr. White, you can't seriously be suggesting. Mr. White, you're saying the suicide note is a fake?
It's possible. Miss Andrews, you were the only one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Engard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? Which would explain her calm reaction.
How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever.
That bullshit. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it.
What?
Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt and Guard.
I did no such thing. Right. If you're going to pronounce the suicide note a fake, then show me this card some evidence to support your theory.
Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Shit. Throwing it right back at him.
That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting of the suicide note? It is as the defense has stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible. This isn't good, Phoenix.
Hey, you told me to do this. Josh is going to carry this trial over one more day. I think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and the defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis, my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time.
Engard is guilty. Look, an idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line.
Guilty! Guilty! Guilty!
Guilty!
Guilty! Guilty! He's guilty, damn it! Oh, about bloody time. Ah, sorry, I forgot to silence my phone.
What is that sound?
It's Gumshoe. Hello? Gumshoe? What is with him? What's with that last sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away.
What?
I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do.
Anyway, what's going on?
We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone.
It's terrible.
I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time.
But
Don't tell me we don't have any more. I think the jury is deciding. Judge, aren't you supposed to, keep in control?
No, I don't think I will this time.
you hear that? They're calling for his head.
Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and. Oh,
What is it?
let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't do that.
Mr. White, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch!
I don't know why. I was kind of hoping they would have a unique sprite of Edgeworth just catching the phone. Very anime style, just, passing his head or something like that. Backhanded.
Honestly, I do like that. Just take that and just the phone evidence.
Yeah.
Disappearing way better. It's like this. Oh, I made a PowerPoint presentation when I was 10.
Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you've got to buy us some more time.
Crowd is in session.
Oh, you son of a...
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. White, this is a court of law.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but
I am reluctant to do this, however. It appears that I have no choice but to sustain proceedings until tomorrow.
this time, I really can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for the day. Please wait, Your Honor.
Edgeworth?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
It will not be 30 minutes. If it was, I would actually let the stream keep going.
For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 40 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor.
This was the digital age, maybe.
But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and then reconvened tomorrow? 30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for.
Please, Your Honor!
Very well.
This is very unorthodox in this case.
At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today.
I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day.
Oh, wow, that was 2 hours flown right by.
Right. What's going on with Maya's situation?
It's a killer. It looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time.
We prompt.
Is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time. Just spit it out.
Right. It looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things.
Can we use any of them as evidence?
Oh, I thought you asked, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now. I'm on my way over.
Really?
Any items left at the usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. Hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. My hunk of junk car. I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get here in one piece.
I'm on a mission, and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this.
Hey, what's wrong, Detective Gumshoe? Answer me.
No one can stop me. What happened?
It sounded like he had an accident. Guessing his cell phone broke as well.
What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help.
But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them.
No! We can't let that happen!
Well, if there's a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance.
Why? Oh, why did Gumshoe have to get into that accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly what he is at this moment?
Yeah, is a way.
Okay, fine.
That's right, there is a way.
What? How?
Sure, we could find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this.
Let's see. Where is it? Know what we're using here.
Yes, you look for profile.
At the profile. Okay. I was like, I know that he's got that tracker on him, but it's like we
Yeah.
don't have an item that represents it.
Yeah. Why are you bringing up Francisca the timeline? Oh, I see. We'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have.
Francisca. Does she even want to help us? Edgeworth,
What is it?
don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death.
Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided.
Verdict.
Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here?
Yes, bailiff.
There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent.
They are probably finished with the handwriting analysis.
Wait till like what? 5 minutes?
I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do.
Oh, we're getting there. We are so close. Save. Save slot. Right. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, whatever. Okay, right. We're stopping here, unfortunately. Alright, so there's the thumbnail preview. Right. So I think we're at the very tail end of the game. We think the next stream should be the last one, in theory. If not, we're gonna drag it the fuck out. I don't care. We're ending this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably should bring this up later, but I feel like pacing wise it wouldn't have room. Turns out, I didn't really know about this, you can get a bad or a good ending in this game, depending on what you do in this next part, which is
Whoa.
interesting. So, I'm gonna need you, Plimer, to pay very careful attention on that fucking walkthrough.
Yeah.
If not, I will.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah. I guess check back on Monday, I suppose, for the hopefully final stream for Ace Attorney. So till then, bye all.
Bye.
Yeah, no pressure.